Hello people, I'm Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hey there.
We're going to look at the trailer for PHAMOUS, starring Jimmy Sheirgill, Jackie Shroff, Menon, Prakash, Tripathi, and Mahi Gill. This is directed by Karan Bhutani. This trailer is about a week old at the time of this recording, and I saw that it had overwhelmingly positive votes. And I asked a friend on Twitter, Rashi Mudalkar, to do the subtitles, and she worked really hard to do these subtitles. I'm laughing because I don't know how accurate they're gonna be. She said, hey, I'm sorry, the subtitles won't be very accurate. Should I send them anyway? And I said, yes, please, because I don't have anyone else working on them. She says, I took the time to find people to understand and translate it, but no one seems to give me a satisfactory translation. And I said, that's fine. I'll have a disclaimer at the top of the video. Disclaimer concluded. I just apologize in advance to anyone who speaks this specific language and its, for its inaccuracies, for its fallacies. Rashi Mudalkar tried very hard.
रावण को मारने के लाने राम जी तीर धनुष नहीं AK-47 लाएंगे
Oh.
धाकड़ वो है
Damn.
इसके हाथ में बंदूक आके बंदूक फेमस हो जाती है इसके सीने में गोली घुस के गोली फेमस हो जाती है वैसे तो चंबल के उसूल के हिसाब से हमें सीधो दाग देना चाहिए पर वो कहाँ है हमारे घर में खुशियां अभी उतरी हैं और हम कोई अपशकुन नहीं करना चाहते
क्या हुआ भाई साहब रोका रहे थे
सेक्स करते हुए आदमी इमोशनल नहीं हो सकता है गांव के सहारे के लिए नहीं आया हूँ मैं आया हूँ बदले के लिए जो हम अकेले लेंगे
What's going on?
घर में फंक्शन चल रहा है ऐसे में डिस्टर्ब करना ठीक रहेगा
Very nice police.
रोजी टीचर
चलिए आइए बैठिए
डोंट ट्राई टू एक्ट स्मार्ट
चाहिए तो स्मार्ट ही तो बनना है करारी की सवारी करवा दूंगा
खड़ोगो
का
फाटक
What?
तुम्हें प्यार करेंगे तुम्हारी रक्षा करेंगे
तुम ही दिलाओ अगर लल्ली
जो हमारा भगवान भी हम दोनों के बीच में आए हो तो माँ कसम हम उसकी भक्ति छोड़ देंगे
Okay.
That'd be a big promise, yo.
Yeah. Watch out, God is listening.
जब तक खुद की सीता का हरण नहीं होता कोई आदमी राम नहीं बनता
Huh.
It's a 9mm semi-automatic turkey-made pistol.
ये बंदूक तुम्हारी बिरादरी की है टर्की से है
हाँ
टर्की
I have a feeling that there are two strong influences on this. You guys feel free to correct me if I'm way off the mark here. Number one is older Indian films.
Yes.
They had that kind of Western feel. Just like, we used to back in the 70s, I believe. I mean, 50s through the 70s, we had a lot of Western films. When I say Western, I don't mean like America, I mean like Old West, cowboy. Kind of like Cinesva's opening logo. There's that. The other influence, I would say, is Quentin Tarantino, essentially. It's just got a very Tarantino-esque feel to it. Maybe Tarantino has had no influence on this whatsoever, maybe he wasn't a source of inspiration, but it just has that kind of sensibility to it.
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of little jokes in there, especially maybe sexual innuendo that we were kind of missing because of like the translation and subtitles and stuff.
Sure.
But I feel like it is that kind of comedy with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tarantino, perfect.
This is a film I would want to watch. Even though the subtitles were kind of muddy, I got the general tone of it, and this is totally up my alley. I wish the subtitles were a little bit clearer during that lovemaking scene. I was a little bit confused as to what was happening there, but I love Menon, as you guys know, and he's a very, very, very nice feller. We've conversed once or twice, not by phone, but through words. So,
As you do in this electronic day and age.
I saw Jimmy Sheirgill in A Wednesday, and I thought he did a pretty good job there. In general, I think he's a good actor. This is a cool cast, and I like that it's like this kind of throwback feel, even though it's not actually like a Western. It has the feel of a Western.
Yeah, just in the colors, in the guns, and like
setting.
what's going on, the setting and that.
Yeah.
I'm also really curious about the mythology that they keep talking about, because you guys can also correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were talking about the Ramayana, like Ram and Sita and stuff like that. I'm wondering if that's going to have any parallel with the story itself. Like, is he on a big adventure to save his lady love, or is this just, you know, random lines of dialogue that don't actually mean anything?
I was talking about influences or inspirations earlier, and I mentioned Tarantino, but then I realized as I'm looking at this trailer again, it's possible that the influences were also American Western films from the 60s and 70s. It has this very spaghetti Western feel to it, and Tarantino was heavily influenced by that, just to double back on what I said earlier and kind of correct myself a little bit. Either way, it looks like a fun romp.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is you got all these different characters. It's an ensemble cast who are all very unique personalities. It kind of reminds me of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the classic Clint Eastwood film, but more lighthearted, more fun. I love the little moment with Jimmy Sheirgill and the shotgun where it goes off and he's like,
Yeah.
it's just,
That was a nice little moment.
It just, little things like that just make it feel somehow relatable and,
Yeah.
and real. This looks like fun. That's the best I can phrase it. It just looks like a fun film. A little bit over the top with all the gun shooting bullets into the screen with the
Yeah.
text and whatnot, but that just lets you know this is an over the top spaghetti Western type film. I'm all in. I want to watch it. Any opportunity to watch KK Menon act, I'm in. Sign me up for the next war, said the grandma from Mulan.
If you ask me, she should have brought home a man.
Excuse me, does Famulan live here?
Woo! Sign me up for the next war.
So, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Please check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews. Did that really tickle you?
Yeah. Sign me up for the next war.
Because she saw Mulan's boyfriend.
I know. I
Okay.
remember that part.
I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.